Welcome back to this another live trading session, traders. Second day of the trading week with the NOI session coming up. Looking forward to see some big trade coming. As usual, we had our previous session. Now currently the market is coming to potentially in our zone. I'm in a very important area that we can see the market currently approaching that zone that we are looking at for potential entry. And here is the zone that we can see the market is trying to approach that key level that after this move the price is trying to break that low. So let's begin today's session with this move potentially here to this support level. And the current session 4-hour price action here on gold, we can see the price after the market open. With this candle open, the price initially tested this high, and then the market now pushing back down to this key level of support. Coming up in 15 minutes, very high impact news, and with the news expecting a spike back below and then to enter for potential entry. Are you guys ready for an entry here? There's a news coming up in 15 minutes and we would like to find an entry opportunity, and say yes if you are ready for an entry. Welcome back to this live session. Yes, let's go. Yep, awesome, thank you. And also make sure you like this stream, guys, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. We see the session's low is approaching 3690 level, which is pretty important level that we are looking to see. The market is approaching that zone here, and with that session's low, the market is approaching this key level of support here. And if you look at the what we see from here, this is where the market has made its initial bounce back to the upside. The price now approaching that support level, expecting that this market potentially to trend back down. Welcome. Now with that movement that we can see, the price is coming to that level where there is a high liquidity, and with that zone that the market is approaching this key level, the lower time frame price action is showing that pattern here in that zone. So looking at, if you look at the 5-minute chart, the market is coming to that lower time frame support, which is an important support level that we can see the market is approaching. And that support where the market is coming to that zone, what we are looking at here from this high, the price potentially to break that key level of support and then to reject back again. As from the 1 hour we can see there was a initial bounce back to the upside. This is a long-term bull market, and we have seen that with the daily market open from this daily support level, the price approach that move back to the upside here, and that is what we're looking at. If this is the 1 hour price action, also we can see the price is coming to that 1 hour support where there is a 10 EMA, and this is the support that the market is approaching. And we're looking at here the price to possibly come back well below this level and then to trend again to the major direction of this market. So looking at the 15-minute and the lower time frame, if you look at the 1 minute and the 5-minute chart, we can see the market is maintaining that uptrending market structure, except that this is where there was a multiple breakup structure. And as the price approaching this level here, 3690 level, with the news, what I'm looking at here, guys, for the 4-hour perspective, that the market is in a bullish momentum. Now, are we going to see a spike down or a spike up? That's a very important point to look at. Are you going to see that spike up or spike down? And based on that, we can look at that trading opportunity here in this market. So couple of levels that we can look for potentially spike down if the market drop to those levels, 3681 and 3690. These are some of the levels that we can look for possible entry opportunity in this market. So here is where a bounce, if you look at here, you can see this is a bounce, and then the pullback cross that market low to this level. And then from this support we have seen early, we had a massive winning trade from this zone. We have secured profit on that, the first trade of the day. Now we're waiting for the further entry opportunity here with this 1 hour. This is the 1 hour. If you look at, it's a more than 180 hour candle, which is showing that possibly a bullish impulse back to the upside here from the 1 hour time frame on gold. And as the market has shown that upside bias from the 1 hour time frame, where the price may possibly to test that low, where there is a 1 hour 10 EMA, and with this 1 hour 10 EMA, the market could potentially revert here back to the upside from that level. Now with this movement that we can see on gold, expecting the price to cross that low here where there is a 10 EMA, and looking at the 15 minutes, we could look for a pending order here at this time. But as there is a news coming up, you want to see that the market is in fact showing up that pattern, then we can look for that possible entry with a pending order after the spike. And what I think that the spike could be even well below this level. The previous session's low is here, and also which is the daily support level. And if the spike coming back below, which is the long-term picture, it's bullish, so we still can expect that bullish bias in this market. So that being said, we see the market is started to break that low here to this support level where there is a high liquidity, and that is where this is a support, a key area of support. And the market is, with the upcoming news, we see that there is a pullback below, and this is some of the zone that we are looking at for possible entry. Now from the 1 hour candle close, the market started to drop back below here. This drop could be well below even here, as from the 1 hour, this is the 20 EMA and 10 EMA, and as the spike coming, we could see the price to test that previous session's low, and that's where you can look for that entry opportunity in this market. Welcome back to this live session. Thank you for joining this session here, and we are looking forward to see that the market to give us a possible entry, which is needed for us to see that the market is showing up. And here is what you can see, the market is giving that entry criteria, entry opportunity here in this market, and expecting the price to possibly to trend down well below this level here, where the market is potentially be heading to that level. So this is the previous resistance, which is turning support here, and that resistance turns support. We might see the price to come back here, fill that zone, and then to revert back again to the upside here to create a new higher high in this market. We see slowly the market is in fact approaching that zone. What's your prediction on the upcoming news. So let's look at the calendar here. If you look at the calendar here, we can see the market. This is calendar. We see the coming up CAD and CAD CPI, maiden CPI and trim CPI on CAD, and also core retail sales and retail sales on dollar. Quite a few high impact news coming in this just in matter of 5 minutes time, and that's why we're looking for possible entry with the breakup structure. Now, as this is the market is approaching this significant level of support where the price to approach that low, and if the market approach that low here, crossing this zone where I'm expecting the market to possibly to penetrate that low and then to trend back again to the major direction of the trend. So 30 minutes, 1 hour chart here, that you can see the market is coming well below here where the lower time frame price action showing that further bearish move. And we want to see the market is maintaining that breakup structure. The market is coming well below that level here, and this is the 15 minutes price action where from this high is getting that rejection expecting the market to penetrate below that level, and we are looking to see that the market is showing up that pattern. Here is a move. So the current level, this is a time where you could look for entry, but only because of the news coming up. And as I'm going to post a poll here to see what you guys are up to. So do you think the spike is going to be up or down? So you see looking for this core retail sales. So I'm going to post a poll here, guys, to see that is it spike up or spike down. What's your thought on this for this upcoming retail sales here? And once you predict, that's also helpful. So cast a vote here, smash the like button before the news so that we can see a potential directional bias here. Thank you. And we see the market is slowly breaking that low, coming down here for a potential move. And from this high here, we can see the market has started to break that low in that area where it's slowly building the pressure momentum back below. And as this is a resistance line, the price has penetrated above here and rejected back below. So this move is quite significant as it is now against the major trend. So the major trend is up. We see that breakout structure, and we will be looking to enter as soon as we see the news settle down, which is important for us to see the market has settled from the now waiting for the market to possibly to we have only few seconds for the data to come up. First wait for the spike and then we will be looking into that. Now breaking below, which is 4-hour chart, that if you look at, it's a complete one single candle, and that might even straight drop back to 3681. If it drop back to 3681, which is less likely, also a very important point that we can look for entry. What happened, that break below, that's we discussed that the market has dropped that, broken that low, and now what I'm looking at here, guys, is for the price to potentially test well below the previous session's low. Now we'll see that how far it may come. Here we can see the market is having that downtrend, which is to look at. The price is slowly building that momentum here in that area. We're looking at here in this market from this high for the price to possibly to trend down to this support level, which is a very important support zone. From the 4-hour that you can see, it's showing that sharply bear market, which is showing downtrend. Now to find an entry, to look for that entry, this is an uptrend. We see that break of structure from this trend here. Anything on Euro-USD you will be looking at. Along with gold also we will be looking at the currency pairs. So we are trying to secure an entry here. Now we can see lower time frame price action here, where a few long wick doji has formed. From the 1 hour, this is overextended below here, and so the market spread became normal. Is a sell or buy? So you will be looking for buy here. It's a bull market. I'm not on sell at all at any situation because it's a bull market. But we looking to see that potentially a reversal pattern formation here for possible upside bias to this level. At least we can expect. Now if you look at the 1 hour, this is 1 hour price action where current 1 hour low is here. So we might be able to find an entry very soon. Here is looking for a possible bullish entry, and we can see the market is trying to break that high here. From the 1 hour, multiple liquidity grab, so which is showing that possibly a bullish entry here, and we might see a possible reversal pattern formation. But I would like to see one more attempt from the sellers here before we look for that entry. If we entered, we can target it here. 3698. But with this move here, would like to see the market again has pulled back here well below this level, and I'm preparing for a potential buy entry, but I would like to see the market first has dropped well below here to this level. We're getting some reaction from the top, and okay, I'm going to look at buy from here by market stop loss below this low, and this is gonna be around 80 to 75 pips stop loss, targeting to this level. And this is a buy on gold, stop loss at 3681.24. Placed a buy on gold for this potential upside bias. So it's a buy market order that we have placed for a potential upside bias here on gold, and we'll be discussing later the strategy and education. My entry with this trade here on gold is at 3689.15. So we're bullish on gold from this level. We have seen the market is coming to this previous session's low, where so expecting a rejection here in this market. Now, if you look at the 5 minutes here, you can see that after this cross of this bearish candle, the market is trying to pull back, and as usually, we want to catch some peep here, and this is the previous resistance line. If the market reject from that level to the upside here, we can expect it to break that high. Now, the previous 4-hour low is here at this level. Now, our stop loss just below the previous 4-hour low. We might be able to move a little bit further if needed. First, we would like to catch this move where if we can catch here at least to 40 to 50 pip or more possible, based on how the market is reacting here to the upside in this market. We have entered into our profit zone. Are you guys ready to catch another one? This is in a row, and also if you are enjoying this live session, make sure you give a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every day. And waiting for a possible buy here. Okay, we will be discussing on depth of the education for each trade that we are opening. And unless the market started to trend again in the direction of the other trend, we should be able to see a possible rejection here in this market. So 15 minutes candlestick pattern that you can see form here a rejection candle that should be crossing the back up above. And for those who was asking question why buy, we will be discussing. First, let's manage the trade. Trade management is very important as a trader. If you want to be profitable for the long term, you need to know how to manage a trade. The money comes from not only from trading, but also how you manage the trade is very important. For each trade individually, you need to be able to manage, because some trade you might need to move a little bit stop loss, some trade you might to bring it closer, depending on how you manage the trade will determine your results every day coming up. Are you running this trade with me? Say yes if you are running. And you guys have seen that this is a consecutive trade. You would like to take some profit here. Or this is a long wick doji again. And if this market reject from this support level here, we should be able to see significant move back to the upside. Now if it doesn't, then we might see deeper drop here in that area. And I wouldn't take too long to take profit if the market goes up from that level, where the market is heading here. Awesome. We are running some profit here. So you see that this is the 5 minutes candle, which is potentially closing as a doji. Now if this one is closing as a doji, the next move that, expecting it to go ahead and cross that high here. Cool. We see some move coming up here. And as soon as I will be taking profit, I will give a shout out here so that you guys know that what I'm doing with this trade. Okay, bearish here showing. That means is the market preparing for further downside. This is the 1 hour candlestick pattern that you can see, and from the 1 hour this is pretty overextended below, and I'm still expecting this market to possibly go back up again to the direction of the trend. So there might be some sideways movement here where, all right, cool, getting some reaction which is needed to see the market is showing that rejection back above. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining the live session. Absolutely. You're yes running the trade. Welcome. Thanks for confirming. And we see that it's in fact 16 pip up here in that market. All right, cool. We see some rejection, and that is what I'm looking at, to see the market to cross that high to the upside here. If we see that the bulls not very stronger, we will be immediately closing this trade. We can enter any time, but we don't want to take the loss. That's where our main goal. Now, first of all, let's see that what kind of market structure it has formed. And from the 15 minutes that you can see, it's closing as a doji. From the 1 hour, this is a break of key support level. We are at entry again with this trade. So is this forming a head and shoulder here? If it is forming head and shoulder, the market still could break below here. So we will be looking to see, this is the 5 minutes candle, how this candle closing important to see. I think the market is trying to form possible head and shoulder. Okay, here this rejection is needed. What we are looking here, that the market to revert back to the upside in this direction. So this is the 5 minutes candle that you can see a bearish candle formation, and sometimes the market takes little time to rearrange its structure. Here is another long week rejection. Is the market now bouncing off this level or breaking again below from this, creating a head and shoulder? We see some upside bias coming here, and we are looking for significant move back above before we decide any profit taking. So 1 hour candle close here, and this 1 hour, that candle is that you can see this is a complete break below here from the 1 hour, and we see some pullback, and I think with the 1 hour candle close, the market to possibly to return again to the major direction of the trend. Do you think so? It's gonna break below or coming back again to the upside here? I'm looking at here to see a U-shaped formation and the return to the upside with a breakout. We see that this is where the market has formed this U-shape and expecting it to revert again to the major direction of the trend. Here's the market from this support level getting that reaction back above here, and it's showing that pattern, which is good to see that it's getting that pattern here. And we can see the market is maintaining this uptrending market structure, and yeah, which is good to see that it's getting some reaction back to the upside just above our entry. Is this a bullish market or bearish market structure? It's very important to look at the way the market is structured. Sometime the way the market create the structure is very different than usual. So, you know, this is unpredictable market, right? That's where you'll see that sometimes the market creates a structure that not recognizable, but over time, once the market started to move in the direction of the trend, you'll see that very clearly. So this is a 15 minutes close with a narrow doji along with the 1 hour candle closed, and now this is a bullish or bearish price action. Let's see that how this candlestick pattern is closing. So 1 hour closed with a it might try to cross this low here now. Form a large head and shoulder, and I'm still waiting for a rejection here in this market, as primarily it has formed a head and shoulder, is broken back below. The long-term trend is up, so what kind of data has we have seen that which retail sales dropped to 0.2% from 0.5% forecast, so which is a significant drop, and that has given some kind of momentum that you can see. DXY, what we are looking at here, it is bearish, so it's still remaining bearish, so that should be reflected on gold as a bullish. Now what I think that gold, what you're doing now is it is basically dropping for a deeper pullback, and the major trend on gold is still bullish. If you look at, you can see that this is where the market from this doji has broken back below. This is a key support level, and there is a liquidity here, and having that potentially a reaction here. So looking at here on this market from the lower time frame, the market here, this is 1 hour support, and the possibility for this market to retest that level is higher. 4 hour level coming, and we will be applying the same strategy. If the market drop to this 4 hour support somehow to this level, then we will be reopening position here. But at the moment we can see the market is so it found a fair value gap here from the 1 hour. If we look at what we can see in this lower time frame, this is the 15 minutes price action with this doji, and it's crossing that low. Okay, are you going to look at a possible reversal pattern formation here? If the market continue to drop, then looking at the 4 hour support here, the previous session's low is at 3681.58, and in that case if needed we will be moving the stop loss at 3680 level. But I think we might see before that time frame the market to react again to the major trend. Now this is 5 minutes chart where it's crossed that key level. Now it's carrying the reaction because this is a very important key level, previous support, and the market is now pushing that back above from that level. Now looking to see the market is forming a possible reversal pattern here, that's to market to return again to the major direction of the trend, where also narrow doji has formed again in this area. Okay, so the bulls struggling to bounce from the sellers struggling to sell this level here, and if the market is coming to this 4-hour low from the previous session's low, then okay, this is where the market tested this high, the previous session's high here. It's time to bounce up. $3693, this is what I'm looking at for possible bounce. And if the market bounce here, that there is a lot of imbalance in that area. Okay, so getting some reaction as expected from this level, waiting for a straight bounce. This is the, if we can take this trade in positive, it will be almost quite a few in a row. You guys have seen that almost from yesterday so far, all the trade that we have opened, all the trade winner, we would like to maintain that high win rate by potentially seeing that the market is here as we expected to reject from this key support level. And this is 1 minute chart. There was multiple rejection that could lead the price to go back to 3693 or above. That's what waiting to see, that the price to showing up that rejection here in this market. So previous support is here, which is key level of support. The market extended from the key level of support, and then now as it extended, it grabbed liquidity, which is needed for us to see the market to show up. And once it grabbed the liquidity, it's gonna get the fuel or the momentum to bounce, and we are, in that case, we might see even a straight going back to create a new higher high here. So if you look at the 1 hour, that you can see this is a bull market. There was a liquidity grab, there's another drop. So back to back, quite a few sessions the market dropped in that area, so which has given stronger momentum in this market. So you can see another 15 minutes candle closed after this doji, which has tested the low and potentially to passing this previous candle's low here. So above the support level, the candle closed. Now, are you going to see that rejection again back? So it's a bullish pin bar, rejection from this lower price, and looking at here from the 5 minutes, the 5 minutes price action looking like that. This is the previous one, back-to-back 3 candle sharp rejection from this support, which is to showing that the market is getting some rejection from this key support level. Welcome guys, welcome back to this live session. Expected upside for gold tomorrow. FOMC is 3725. Yeah, FOMC. We will be trading also live on FOMC. It's very important to look at, as you know that with FOMC, the best thing with FOMC is that this week there will be huge volatility, and that's what always expect as a trader. And with the rate cut, you can see that quite a few weeks the market is trending because of those fundamental coming in the market. And as starting from this NY session till tomorrow end of the FOMC, you could see the market to remain consistently volatile, and that's what we see the reflection in the market, which is constantly trending, breaking from the structure, which is needed as a trader to see the market is breaking from the structure. And because without break of structure, we won't be able to find proper entry that we are looking at in the market. So looking at this hourly candle, we can see the market has this is the previous session's liquidity zone. If we look at this level 3684, which is the resistance to support, and the market is approaching that zone here. So 5 minutes long wick rejection here. Does that mean that there is enough liquidity here? If you look at the low of those candles, you can see that consecutively here trended and then rejected. So 4 now might be getting the reflection back above again, that we can see it's nearing our entry. This move, that if it is straight going back up to this 3693 level. That's I'm targeting here for potentially taking profit. You could see that bigger, we could look for the bigger move to take, but as the market had a little drawdown here, we will not be taking too higher risk here, as here is the inverted head and shoulder forming. We are nearing to the entry point, and this is what I'm looking to see. The market is heading back to the upside here. All right, cool. We are entering into our entry point. At entry, enter into the profit zone. Would like to see that bounce. Want to take another one here. Now the matter is how many people you want to take this move. At least to more than 20 pip. Okay, we can see that breakout. You guys ready for taking something here? Okay, so you see that rejection. That means that move we can expect it to have some upside bias here. This is scalping move. Now, here is wanna see that bouncing off that level from the 1 hour, that you can see just cross this 1 hour level. That's where expecting it to return to the upside. Are you enjoying the live session? Make sure you like this stream, guys, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. 17 pip up, and would like to see that it's cracking back to the upside as planned. That's what trading is, as planned. Would like to see that market is reflecting as per the plan here. All right, cool. We see that move, and I'm taking the profit right now on this trade here on gold. Another profitable trade secured in profit with boom, 28 pip on this one here. So trading is it difficult now? You guys, I think you forgot when we have lost, right? You guys forgot when we have lost in trade. So that's what trading is. You see that? Is it difficult or easy? Say yes if it is easy. If you have taken profit, say yes in the live chat. And if you haven't liked this stream, make sure you like this stream, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Make sure also focus on learning how did I predict that the move we will be discussing now here, and that's what main goal here. Did you like this stream? And also probably are following us long time, but forgot to smash the like button, and also forgot to like this stream, subscribe to the channel, and also like that you want to learn more, because this is what our main focus is, that every member being able to like their work as a trader, right? So do you like trading, or you just doing it for fun? Thank you. 6.5 up with 480 USD profit. Now booked and out. Okay, so it's pushing back here to the upside. Now, what was the primary reason for the trade here? Now the trend is being used, mainly the trend, so we trade with the trend, and that's where the primary focus is, to trade with the trend, because when you trade with the trend, you stay always in the edge. When you are trading with the trend, you are staying in the edge in the market. Yes. Ready to trade FOMC here. Today is just Tuesday, okay? And tomorrow coming up FOMC. I will be coming on live 3 times tomorrow. The only reason is I don't want to miss this really great move here. So, are you ready to trade the FOMC? You know, I like trading FOMC rather than even better than NFP. Why? Because you see that in NFP there is a news and there is a big move. Okay, the market will have a big spike and then trend. But with the FOMC, you'll see that there is a very interesting correlation with the FOMC. With FOMC, the first thing happened is that before FOMC, 2 to 3 hours earlier, the market had a huge volatility and the market trend. One thing happened. The other thing happened is that during the time of FOMC, if you look at the past, you will see that more often you will find dojis, big doji on the higher time frame. That means the market goes to any key level, come back from the key level to the another key level and remain up and down. So we can trade those moves from the key level, and the market remain very, very volatile, but not in a way that, if you see that when you are trading news, you'll see more often during the news the market suddenly spread widens, the market goes in one direction with a spike. But with FOMC, in an extended period of time, the market remains volatile and it trends. Welcome. Now, as with this one here, we have secured. What is the reason or the education behind the trade? Also, we will be discussing here. And are you willing to learn and grow as a trader? That's also very important question, right? You guys have seen that every single day now we are trading in the market. Today we had 2 trades and both of them winner. Yesterday 3 trades, 2 winner, 1 break even. All of them in front, all of you that trading every day, right? So let's bring the profit here. So still keep pushing back forward in that direction here. Now I'm looking to see that the next potential entry here. You can see it's carrying that rejection from this 4-hour support level. This is the 4-hour candle close coming here. We might see that potentially another rejection here before the candle close. Now from the 1 hour, if we look at, we can see the market. This is the 1 hour price action where rejected from this key support level and complete rejection back above. But what I think the price after a retest here to return again to the support level for deeper liquidity grab. After this kind of move, the market normally doesn't go for a bigger trend. Instead, we could see the market to drop even for that deeper pullback here in this market. And where this is the 4 hour. So yesterday giveaway winner, send my particular thought website. Okay, so it normally take 24 hours. The team must be sending you the giveaway package, but make sure you send your email on the website. But in case this email didn't reach, I can give you the direct email. I think that's the best way to do that so that it doesn't miss anything. And USD CAD. Okay, so you can directly email at info Forex trading wizard.com. So better to email in that info at forextradingwizard.com. That's how you can secure that immediately. That they will reply back to you. So that being said, here what we are looking for, we still have potentially further entry opportunity. Now this is the current level that we can see on this lower time frame support level, and in that support the market had that reaction back above, and now it's approached that 4-hour resistance line, right? So is the market again coming down here, or we could see that price to again continue to rise here? So where the price is approaching that level, let's look at. From this support it bounced as we expected, and the market moved in the direction. And that's why we see the market has made its move, which is showing that potentially upside here. This is a key level of support. The market is moving from that key level of support to the major direction of the trend. No problem. Welcome. Dollar CAD. Yeah, we'll be looking at dollar CAD as well. While gold is having that movement, I was looking also earlier dollar CAD to see what kind of movement. And dollar yen is bearish that we have seen in the past, so that we could see that reflection on dollar CAD in the same way. So dollar CAD is bearish, that we discussed as well. And also I have posted earlier today commentary that dollar CAD potentially to break that high and then to return, and the market almost did the same kind of pattern here, which is the resistance here on dollar CAD, that you can see the market has this is resistance, drop back, tested that. So the market here is maintaining that series of lower high and lower low, which is now approaching that downtrend. So dollar CAD with the news after this head and shoulder, again it started to trend. Now if you look at the daily chart, we might see that what I think the break of support here, a very longer red candles that you can see, which is sign that dollar CAD might break that support here in that direction. So looking at the weekly, monthly price action, from the monthly you can see it's a sharp drop, from the weekly as well, from the daily that you can see the market is showing that pattern, from the 4 hour that big drop, narrow pullback, and you can see that another drop here. So which is dollar CAD is showing that the market is maintaining a typical downtrending market structure here in this market. And for me to possibly to sell dollar CAD, we'll be looking for the market to go ahead and test that session's high. That's where you can look for possible selling opportunity in this market on dollar CAD. Now while also you can see dollar yen showing that bearish price action exactly in the same way. Here dollar yen has grabbed also liquidity multiple times. Also I have posted analysis early on trading view on dollar yen. If you guys look at, let's look at the dollar yen analysis that we discussed. So dollar yen from 147.212, this is what I have discussed in the analysis. 147.212, 147.34 after price action confirmation to reject from that level the market, in fact. So this is the analysis. 147.21 to 147.24, let's level that up. 147.21, 147.34, 147.34, boom, from the middle of that zone. Now you can see that from that level that I have posted the analysis. Now it's not that I'm telling that what I'm doing it's exactly the market is doing, but it's only for educational purpose, because this is something that I had to take a lot of time to gain that experience. So as a trader you can share that, and also understanding this market movement also will give you to do any kind of analysis to any instrument, either it's gold, currency pairs, or anything. Now the prediction was gap for only 12 pip. So what it takes that dollar yen to drop from that support level, and the confluence are very important. If you look at the analysis that you can see, what I have used here, the Fibonacci okay, which is the golden ratio. So what is Fibonacci? If you guys don't know what is Fibonacci, Fibonacci is the nature's code, isn't it? Okay, you can see that Fibonacci is everywhere, in sunflower, in galaxy, in nature, everywhere. So in trading, that's why the golden ratio is so important, because when the market reach that golden ratio aligned with other confluences, there is a higher probability the market will move according to that direction. So here is the market has done that from that level, created that structure here. So with this movement, pull back to the upside, and then the market is maintaining that downtrending market structure with the dollar yen, and the same kind of market structure we can see with the dollar CAD. Now dollar CAD as well showing that significantly bearish market structure. What happened with the gold now? Gold is, if you look at the 1 hour candle, you can see this is big bullish rejection. Now in the next 15 minutes, as the market reached that high, we might see that gold again coming for another liquidity trigger here. Fibonacci is the measuring trending tool. So Fibonacci is, when we considering the trading aspect, is retracement, right? So how much retracement it has made, what the efficiency in terms of the pullback, because the market moves in a certain manner. You'll see there will be a move and then pull back, another move and then pull back, another move and then pull back. So the market will never move in one direction. So this is the nature of the market. It's gonna move and then there will be a pullback. Why? Because the market is moved by the smart money, the institutional trader, and smart money cannot trade like us. They cannot just buy 1 lot, 2 lot and then 10 lot and then go for it. They need to find the liquidity, and to get that, to have that liquidity, they need to first place order, because when bigger volume they placed, the market goes up the price when they are buying, and when the market goes up the price, the price is not good enough for them to buy again. They need to wait for that pullback, that means profit taking. And then when the market drop well below for profit taking, it becomes ready for another buy. And the market moves that way, right? So that pullback is where this retracement is where the measured with one of the way to measure with the Fibonacci, but I never rely only on Fibonacci. You can see that the example that on dollar yen. So I have confluenced that one with the support and resistance. So I never use only Fibonacci. Let's say there's a move and then considering the Fibonacci to enter. Always has to be combined with other confluences, because Fibonacci will just give us some additional confluences for us to look for that entry. Now, what we are looking at here, that I'm looking to see that the current 4-hour close, how the market is gonna react to that candle close, because we see that this is a bull market. Again, another bullish rejection has come here with this movement. Right, so that's where this is the 1-hour price action. In this structure here, it's a sharply bullish potential for the market to go ahead and continue to rise here is higher. Maximum, where can we see gold today? Okay, so good today gold, we can see that there's no maximum because the market is in an all-time high. So we see that bullish. The only job here for us to wait for the market to break. For example, this trade, why the one that we have opened so successful? Because we open patiently from a key level of support. Now, if the market drop again to the same level, I'm gonna go long again. Because with the 4-hour close, which is less likely to drop again here, what we could see is straight bounce back to the upside here. We might see the market to go ahead, form another bullish candle, possibly here, or going up and then coming down, forming another long wick like that, a red candle. If it is a red candle, then we could see that long wick at the top. Next 4-hour. Creating a red candle here like that, or we could see that straight bounce back to the upside here like that, a green candle with a very narrow wick at the bottom here like that. So that bull candle will be created if the market needs to be bullish, right? So this is what we can see here with this rejection from the level that we bought in our previous session. Also, we open the same kind of trade. This session as well, we can see the same kind of trade has been opened here. The market is showing the same pattern over and over again in this zone. So that being said, we can see that the market is trending and the 4-hour close coming in 10 minutes time, which is a big rejection from this lower price. So the bias will remain bullish. Quite a few 1-hour bull candle as well. Now for us to enter again, for me and to go for another entry, two probable scenario, guys. Let me tell you my plan. This is what Plan is very important. Make sure that plan your trade your plan. No, 3705. This is, I never look at the price level. This is a mistake that many traders make. So make sure you don't make the same mistake. I never look at the price level. Price level is not relevant. Okay. So what do I look at? See this 4-hour candle. Now it's closing in 7 minutes, right? There will be new candle close, new candle open. What situation I will be opening position? In two places that, or in two situations I will be opening in the next session, or in this session today, another trade. Let me tell you guys. One situation, you see the level at 3685. As this candle closing as a red candle, right? This is closing as a doji. If the market somehow in the next candle coming back here, 3685, I'm going to open buy exactly from this low here. Stop loss should be below here. This is one plan. Now, what if the market doesn't come here? There's the other plan that then the market might go up here. In that case, in the next plan is, if the market create a green candle like that, and then after creating a green candle big enough, at least 180 or nearly there, if the market coming back again to that low to break, I'm gonna buy from that level. You see, I do not look at the price level. I look at the condition, no matter what the price level is. That is the secret. Okay, so looking at the condition will give me better understanding about the trading opportunity coming in the market. I hope that that makes sense to you, right? It's the easiest way to trade the market. It's not difficult, guys. And that's why I always tell to give the best shot yourself. Always look at the market from a different angle, different perspective. Okay, slowly coming down here for that move with a dynamic resistance creation here in that area. We delete those lines. So you still can come back again for another retest here. This market. So this is the plan that we are looking at for this current session. If this market drops back below to this support again from the intraday, we are going to go long here from this support. If the market revert back to the upside here, creating a bullish candle with the next drop back below to this support, we will be looking to go long here in that market. So that being said, and as you guys can see, tomorrow coming up FOMC, we'll be trading live FOMC again from this trading room. And with all of you guys, I highly encourage you to join this live session where you can learn, trade with me every single day, so that you guys can see how the trading works to take your trading to the next level. That being said, thank you for joining here. I'll see you again very soon, trading live together. Until that, stay well, stay happy.